Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the game that got me wanting to go into games design. Welcome to Silent Bomber. I'm your host today, Don the Expert of Calls from VideoGamesUncovered.com, and we are going to play through this awesome classic. Before we do though, I am literally going to find out. Yep, so I want captions on, so that the entire thing is subtitled and you don't have to worry about it. And the title is incredible. So this was the game that got me into games design. Let's find out how. Now I'm actually going to start this in the tutorial, because the tutorial has a very big plot to do with the story.
Back then, the battlefield was all I knew of the world. And the voice that issued orders to me, was the only thing I could believe in.
Jutah, come in.
This is Jutah. I'm ready for my instructions.
Very well. This will be your first taste of real battle. Fulfill this mission and prove to me that your training has paid off.
I'll give it everything I got.
So effectively, this is who you are. Jutah. He is a bomber. And you may be thinking, what are those weird arm things he has strapped to him? Well, you're going to find out right now.
First, remove any obstacles that stand in the way of the squads coming up behind you. Then, plant a bomb on the marked area.
So effectively, this is how the game works. You press square to plant bombs.
Alright, now stay clear of the blast radius.
As you can see the amount of bombs you have stacked on one another and the area of effect involved. You get away from it, hit triangle.
Good work.
And you blow stuff up. Simple as that. Plus you have a really cool jump. Really cool jump. It's a solid jump. I believe if you destroy... I think you can't... No. In this part of the tutorial they don't actually let you free bomb yet.
Stack to blow it up.
Stack?
A technique employing multiple explosives to increase the blast. When you set it, hit the button twice.
So effectively what he's talking about stacking.
Then put some distance between you and the bombs.
And that's stacking. It's as simple as just stacking bombs on top of one another for bigger explosions.
That'll do it.
Just be careful of the fire.
Careful, Jutah. There's an enemy unit approaching from up ahead. Engage them with the add-on equipment we airdropped. Destroy the container and retrieve the lock-on unit.
So, you can... That also demonstrates the fact that you can just destroy random stuff and you get things like this.
Enemy at close range.
Okay, listen. I'll explain how to use the lock-on unit. First, hold down the set button and call up your sight.
Yeah, this unit is probably the best unit ever. Look at this.
Fix the enemy on your sight and lock on.
Just like that. And release.
You just planted a bomb on the enemy. Hit the detonator button.
So you can actively plant bombs on enemies and blow them up.
Well done. Pick up the material dropped by the enemy.
And this is the fun part.
What you have there is a highly volatile liquid. Using this in conjunction with your bombs will result in more powerful and deadly explosions. Look at the window located to the side of your life gauge. Note that napalm is currently selected. Push the button and try using it.
So now we're going to see napalm in action. Now these are your sub-weapons. You could basically say what they are. Basically the same as your normal bombs, but with active, well, different effects. This is napalm, so effectively what it does is...
That's enough.
Generate fire.
When you've obtained various types of liquid, you can switch among them with the item select button. Just don't forget that these are exhaustible items.
And basically, the tutorial just... It does hold your hand a little bit early on, but it's a very solid tutorial.
Eliminate this final obstacle on your own.
And then it just leaves you to it. Like that. Oh no, it didn't work. How about that? Yeah, I thought I could destroy these barrels now. So literally, most things in your environment is destroyable. So go nuts.
All right, go on ahead.
It's such a simple idea, thinking that explosions can be this awesome, but
We've
hell, I
detected
love it.
another enemy group. It's a large one this time.
Here we go.
If you quickly push the jump button twice, it will activate your burst drive. Put it to good use, and make your way through their attack.
Here we go.
Understood.
Burst drive. Yes, a burst drive, you just double tap X and you dash. I love the burst drive in this. So yeah, that's basically the gist of Silent Bomber. You go around, you bomb enemies, you blow them up, you save the day. It's as simple as that. And Jutah is your main character throughout the story. It's actually really solid to say that the tutorial does actually carry the story, because if you don't play the tutorial and play the game, you'll still understand Jutah's struggle and everything, but if you play this demo, you can understand more of Jutah's background, which I think is really cool. And here we have our first boss, which is just one of these tanks. It's just going to keep coming at you, but then it also has its main gun. It also has mini guns on it. Just got to be careful, really. I was a little bit dumb there. You also notice in the top right-hand corner those little like guitar pick looking symbols. If I put down 2 bombs, they're set. It's basically think of them as your bomb counter. That helps you realize how many bombs you can put down at a time. So for the sake of this tutorial, I can only ever put down 2 bombs. Which you may think, oh, but I want the biggest of explosions. You'll get the biggest of explosions in the actual game, don't worry. I'm gonna see if I can't make him run over this napalm, see what damage it does. Come on. Here we go. Put an enemy over some napalm and see the damage. Didn't actually do as much as I thought it did. Huh. Okay. I think the only bad thing about the tutorial is, as you can probably hear, lack of music. But do not worry about the lack of music, because the lack of music will soon pick up as we enter the main game, with probably some of the best music I've ever heard in a video game. Especially for PS1 standards. And there you go. Tutorial completed.
What's this place?
It's an enemy stronghold. Burn down the entire installation.
Roger.
Now this is important to the story, because this effectively is the thing that screws Jutah. Quite devastating, actually. I'm a mage playing sleeping
Those
dogs,
are-
isn't that great?
But I thought there were soldiers in here. These people are civilians.
Calm down, Jutah. Burn everything to the ground.
But
That's an order.
understood, sir.
And so effectively Jutah is forced to kill civilians in one of his first missions. And that cripples him for the rest of his life. And you also hear all the sounds of all the civilians dying, and it's just devastating, mate. You just really get behind Jutah and the fact that he is screwed up in the head. He is a perfect example of what happens in is it militarization?
Every day I awaken from the same nightmare. 7 years have passed, yet I'm still torturing myself.
Jutah? Jutah! Are you there? You did set the autopilot, right?
Yeah,
Then get down here to the lander.
I try to forget the nightmare by continuing to fight, as I'm doing today.
And here we go. The story
In
as it is.
Dante's security zone soon. Friend or foe is FOF. Our ship will transmit this code to get past their sensors. Then 6 assault teams will infiltrate.
Providing we can get that close, of course.
Our codes are flawless.
If we can really trust these codes, shouldn't they have sent in a crack military unit or something? Don't you think, Jutah?
My only duty is to destroy my designated target. I'm concerned with nothing else.
Boy, you just can't wait to start blowing things up, huh? Get this straight. We're here to save Hornet. Safeguarding our planet is the objective.
Excuse me. So we're merely pawns in some elaborate game that will determine the fate of the world, is that it? Then which player is going to be fortunate enough to checkmate fate, I wonder?
We are entering Dante's security zone.
Now, every character you see there will play a role in this game. Some minor, some serious, but you'll find out as the game progresses. And this is our mission.
Transmit access codes.
We have to basically defeat this massive battleship. Well, a lot more explosions to be had. It's working. It's working. Uh-oh.
Oh crap! They must have closed your thing! I'm getting us out of here!